The viability of a U.S.-backed proposal to wind down the 8-month-long war in Gaza has been cast into doubt after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he would only agree to a short-term partial ceasefire deal that would not end the war. His comments, made in an interview with a pro-Netanyahu Israeli TV channel late Sunday, sparked an uproar from families of hostages held by Hamas. Netanyahu's comments did not deviate dramatically from what he has said previously about his terms for a deal, but they come at a sensitive time and could represent another setback for mediators trying to end the war. Abortion rights supporters in several states have used the citizen initiative process to protect access in the 2 years since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned a constitutional right to the procedure. But voters in half the states don't have that right, including many of the Republican-controlled states in the South that have passed near total abortion bans since the court ruling. Citizen initiatives are avenues of direct democracy that have allowed voters to circumvent their legislatures and preserve abortion and other reproductive rights in a number of states over the past 2 years. A draft report from the leading international authority on hunger crises says an influx of aid appears to have eased conditions in northern Gaza for now, but it says the entire territory remains at high risk of famine after Israel's offensive in Rafah caused displacement and the disruption of aid operations in the south. The draft report says nearly everyone in Gaza is struggling to get enough food and that more than 495,000 people are expected to experience the highest level of starvation in the coming months. The Associated Press obtained a draft of the latest report from the Integrated Food Security Phase classification. The final version is set to be released Tuesday.
The first weekend of summer brought a tragic yet familiar pattern for American cities racked by gun violence. Mass shootings over the weekend left dozens dead or wounded at a party in Alabama, an entertainment district in Ohio, and a grocery in Arkansas. It was the second straight weekend that saw an outbreak of mass shootings and across the U.S. It all left mayors in several cities marred by the shootings, pleadings for help from the state and federal governments. Police in Montgomery, Alabama, say hundreds of rounds were fired at a crowded party early Sunday, where 9 people were wounded. Flooding in the Midwestern U.S. has collapsed a railroad bridge and is testing a dam after days of heavy rains that have forced hundreds of people to evacuate or be rescued. The flooding brought additional misery to parts of Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, and Minnesota, as temperatures approached 100 degrees Monday. More rain is forecast, and many streams may not crest until later this week, as the floodwaters slowly drain. Governors of the affected states say the flooding has damaged roads and bridges, shuttered or destroyed businesses, required hospitals and nursing homes to evacuate, and left cities without power or drinking water.